be clear about one thing before I tell you this. I was a mod for Kelsey's channel for 2 years. I knew her schedule, her habits, her tells when she was tired or when her internet was dropping. I knew what her chat looked like when she was in a good mood and what it looked like at 1 a.m. when the regulars trickled out and the weird ones drifted in. So when I say something was wrong, I mean I had 2 years of context for what wrong looked like on her stream. And what I watched that night was not any version of wrong I had a word for. Her channel was Kelsey Plays, lowercase 2 S's, typo she never fixed because it was already established by the time she noticed. Twitch, about 14,000 followers, which sounds like a lot until you realize the top streamers are pulling millions. She was mid-tier, consistent. She streamed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 p.m. to midnight. Horror games, mostly. Survival horror, puzzle horror. She had a parasocial audience the way most mid-tier streamers do. Regulars who showed up every stream, who knew her cat's name, who knew she took her coffee with oat milk and hated jump scares but loved atmospheric dread. The night of March 14th, she went live. I know this because I have the VOD timestamp. I was not watching at the time. I was at my own place, eating dinner, and I had the Twitch mobile app open but not actively watching. She was playing Amnesia: The Bunker. I had seen her play it before. She had been working through it slowly over the past 3 sessions. The first clip is still up, archived by someone in her community before the VOD was removed. Clip Kelsey Plays VOD archive, 8:03 p.m. to 8:41 p.m. About 340 concurrent viewers, which was her average for a Monday. Kelsey on camera in the upper right corner, face cam, the usual ring light glow on her black hoodie. Hair up, she was talking through the game, narrating her choices, reading chat occasionally, normal stream, normal energy. She said, "Okay, I need to figure out this generator puzzle. Hold on." She went quiet. Not unusual, she went quiet when she concentrated. She stopped moving. I mean that precisely. Her face cam image stopped moving. She did not blink. She did not shift in her chair. Her chest did not visibly rise or fall. The ring light was still on. The game was still running on screen. The ambient audio from the game continued, but Kelsey in the face cam frame was a still image. Chat noticed at around the 40-second mark. Chat log excerpt. March 14th, 8:39 p.m. 8:42 p.m. Ghost Meadow, Kelsey, you okay? Turbo Frogurt, is she lagging? Ghost Meadow, no, the game is still moving. Vinaigrette sauce, her face cam is frozen. Ghost Meadow, Kelsey. Turbo Frogurt, is her internet dropping? Vinaigrette sauce, yeah, but why is only the face cam frozen? Hexkitten, she does this sometimes when she's really focused. Ghost Meadow, she hasn't blinked in like a minute. Turbo Frogurt, okay, that's a little weird. Minnow Death, Kelsey. Ghost Meadow, should we clip this vinaigrette sauce? Already clipping. I am one of the mods. My name in chat is Cold Curvature. I was not in chat at that time. I found this log afterward when I was going through everything, trying to piece together what happened and in what order. At 8:42 p.m., I received a Discord DM from Ghost Meadow. Discord DM. Ghost Meadow to Cold Curvature. 8:42 p.m. Ghost Meadow, hey, are you watching the stream? Ghost Meadow, Kelsey hasn't moved in like 3 minutes. Ghost Meadow, her face cam is totally still. Ghost Meadow, I pinged you in mod chat too. I opened the stream at 8:44 p.m. She was still not moving. The viewer count was 412. That was higher than her average for a Monday at this point in the stream. Normally she'd be at 300 to 340 by the 45-minute mark as casual viewers dropped off. She was at 412. And the chat was moving faster than I expected, which meant the viewer count was probably still climbing. I typed in the mod channel, Discord, mod chat Kelsey Plays, 8:44 p.m., Cold Curvature, I see it. How long has she been still? Ghost Meadow, about 5 minutes now. Hexkitten, I've seen her zone out before, but not like this. Cold Curvature, anyone have her phone number? I have her email, but that's it. Ghost Meadow, I have her Twitter DM, that's all. Cold Curvature, I'm going to try to end the stream from the mod tools. Hexkitten, can we do that? Cold Curvature, I don't know, I've never tried. Mod tools on Twitch let you time out chatters, clear chat, run commercials in some configurations, post announcements. They do not let you end a stream. I checked every option I had. There was no end stream button. There never is for mods. Only the broadcaster can end the stream. I tried to DM Kelsey on Twitch. Twitch DM cold curvature to Kelsey plays. 8:46 p.m. Cold curvature. Kelsey, are you okay? You haven't moved in about 6 to 7 minutes. Chat is noticing. Can you give us a sign you're all right? No response. I sent her an email. I typed it quickly. Not well, just, Kelsey, something is wrong on stream. You need to respond. No response. At 8:51 p.m., the viewer count was 611. Word was spreading. People in other streams were getting linked to it. There's a specific kind of Twitch moment that pulls viewers in from outside a channel. Something weird happening live. Something real or real-seeming chat in those moments has a different energy. It gets faster and dumber at the same time. People typing "what's going on" alongside people typing things I will not repeat. I kept watching her face. The ring light glow was steady. The game's ambient audio continued. A generator running somewhere in the bunker. Distant mechanical sound. She did not move. I keep coming back to this part. I keep coming back to how still she was. Not sleep still, where people shift and twitch. Not freeze frame still, the way a bad internet connection makes someone look. There was something about the stillness that felt deliberate. That is the only word I have. Deliberate. I filed a report with Twitch support at 8:53 p.m. Twitch support ticket, March 14, 8:53 p.m. Category streamer may be in distress. Safety concern description. Streamer Kelsey Plays has not moved or responded for approximately 14 minutes during a live stream. Face cam appears frozen, but stream audio is active. Chat has been attempting to contact her. Mods have no way to end the stream. Request immediate review and intervention. Status received. Average response time 24 to 48 hours at 8:58 p.m. Someone in chat posted her city, just her city. I do not know how they got it. I timed out the account immediately, but the information was there for about 90 seconds before I caught it, long enough to be screenshotted. At 9:02 p.m., someone in chat said they were calling 911. At 9:04 p.m., the viewer count was 1,104. I want to say the number looked wrong to me. I want to say I knew immediately something beyond a medical emergency was happening. That is not true. At 9:04 p.m., I thought a woman I had moderated for was having a stroke or a seizure on camera, and that over 1,000 people were watching it, and I could not do anything about it. That was the full extent of what I believed. The viewer count kept climbing. At 9:17 p.m., a Twitch user named VoidCoast posted in the stream chat. One message, then they left. Chat log, March 14th, 9:17 p.m. VoidCoast. She can see all of you. I do not know who VoidCoast is. I have never been able to find the account again. It was not banned. It does not appear in Twitch's search anymore. It posted that one line and the account seems to have ceased to exist. At 9:22 p.m., the viewer count was 2,340. At 9:31 p.m., I was on the phone with Twitch's trust and safety line, which is not a number publicly listed, and which I found through a mutual in the streaming community who had used it before for a similar situation. I was on hold for 11 minutes. When someone picked up, I explained the situation. They asked for the channel name. I gave it. There was a pause of about 30 seconds. The woman on the phone said, "The stream appears to be active and functioning within our content guidelines." I said, "There's a person on camera who has not moved in almost an hour." She said, "We can escalate this to our safety team. They will review within the next 2 to 4 hours." I said, "Please, yes, please escalate." She said they would. I do not know if they did. At 9:38 p.m., the viewer count was 4,891. At 9:41 p.m., the game on Kelsey's screen completed the generator puzzle she had stopped to solve. The puzzle solved itself. I watched it happen. The generator powered on in the bunker. Light filled the corridor on screen. The ambient audio changed pitch. The game continued playing. Kelsey did not react. She had not touched the keyboard in over an hour. The game had completed the puzzle without her. That is the detail I could not make fit. A horror game does not complete puzzles on its own. It waits. It has always waited. Discord, mod chat, 9:42 p.m. Ghost Meadow. Did anyone else just see that? Hex Kitten, the puzzle, Ghost Meadow, the P-Zella cold curvature. I saw it. Ghost Meadow, what does that mean? Cold curvature. I don't know. Hex Kitten. Someone is controlling the game. Ghost Meadow, from where? Cold curvature. I don't know. At 10:04 p.m., police made a wellness check at the address that had been posted in chat. I know this because a local news scanner account on Twitter posted about it. Units responding to wellness check at street address. I will not post the address here. At 10:09 p.m., the viewer count was 11,243. At 10:11 p.m., the police scanner account posted again. Units on scene, no response at door, no sign of disturbance, structure is secure, no one home, or no one answering. At 10:14 p.m., Kelsey's face cam blinked. One blink, clean, normal, human blink, and then stillness again. Chat exploded. The message rate went from about 200 messages per minute to something I could not track. The scroll was a wall. I could not read individual messages. The viewer count jumped. I watched it move in real time. 11,243 to 12,900 in about 40 seconds. Then 14,000, then past 14,000, which was her total follower count, meaning people who had never watched her before were watching now. At 10:29 p.m., the stream ended. Not faded to black. Not a standard offline screen. The stream simply ended. The channel page showed Kelsey Plays as offline. The stream was over. The VOD did not immediately populate, which is normal. VODs sometimes take a few minutes. I refreshed every 30 seconds for about 10 minutes. At 10:41 p.m., the VOD appeared. 2 hours and 26 minutes. I jumped to the final 10 minutes and watched her face. She was still. Then she blinked once. Then the stream ended. That is all the VOD shows. At 11:18 p.m., Kelsey posted on Twitter. Twitter, Kelsey Plays, 11:18 p.m. Sorry for ending early tonight. Had some technical issues. We'll be back Wednesday. Thanks for the 14K. Didn't realize so many people were watching, lol. I stared at that post for a long time. Then I replied. Twitter reply. Cold curvature, 11:21 p.m. Kelsey, are you okay? Can you call or DM me? She replied within 2 minutes. Twitter DM Kelsey Plays to cold curvature, 11:23 p.m. Totally fine. What happened? Did something go wrong on stream? My OBS crashed and I couldn't recover it. That's why I ended early. Did something happen in chat? I typed and deleted 4 responses. Finally, I sent. You didn't notice anything unusual during stream? She replied, no. I mean, my OBS was being weird, but that's it. Why? You're scaring me, lol. I sent her the clip. She did not respond for 22 minutes. Then she sent, that's really weird. I don't remember that. I said, you don't remember sitting still for over 2 hours? She said, I remember the stream starting and then my OBS crashing. That's all I remember. There's nothing in between. We talked for another hour. She was not performing confusion. I know Kelsey. I have spoken to her hundreds of times. She was scared. She was genuinely scared in the way a person is scared when they cannot account for their own time. When the evidence says one thing and their memory says nothing at all. She streamed again on Wednesday. Viewer count was 31,000 at peak. People came to see if it would happen again. It did not happen again. That stream was completely normal. She streamed on Friday. 29,000 viewers. Normal stream. She has kept streaming. The viewer count has never gone below 18,000 since March 14th. People keep coming back. Her community has tripled. She is not mid-tier anymore. She does not know why. I do not know why. But here's the thing I have not told her. The thing I have not told anyone until now. I went back to the full VOD the following week. Not the clips. The full 2 hours and 26 minutes. I started from the beginning, from 8:03 p.m., and I watched all of it. I wanted to look at her face for the full duration, to see if there was any moment I had missed where she moved. There was not. She did not move from 8:39 p.m. until the blink at 10:14 p.m. But at 1:49:22 in the VOD, her face cam image, which had been still for over an hour, shifted slightly. A small correction, like a camera auto-adjusting focus, and in the half second of that shift, in the brief refocus, her eyes were not pointing at the camera. They were pointing slightly to the right, as if she were looking at something in the room, as if she were looking at something that was standing just outside the frame. I checked the viewer count timestamp for that exact moment. At 1:49:22, the viewer count was 11,243. At 1:49:23, it was 11,244. One more viewer had joined. The number had been climbing all night because people were watching that one increment at that exact second was not a person.